What up, Dodgers Nation? I'm Clint, this is Gary, and we're finally doing the office tour. So we're getting into the office tour. We kind of got to start back at the beginning. This guy will know that, I mean, this place, these places, how we've been doing this has changed a lot over the years. I started out sort of in a friend's spare bedroom. He called it a shed. It wasn't a shed. It stored stuff in there. Doesn't make it a storage shed. We built up from there. We've turned your garage into the original DNHQ, which was a good time. And then as soon as that was pristine, Gary kicked us out.
Yeah. We found a nice little office space over here in South Pasadena. It was a friend of ours who let us borrow it for the summer. And then that was nice. That was what do we call it? DNHQ2?
That was DNHQ2. And you guys, anybody who's been watching us for a while, you would know that's we've had a lot of our big, best guests. I can't call them best guests. We've had a lot of notable guests in that office, and then we moved downstairs or next door or whatever to DNHQ 2.5. It was transition office.
It's the same office, but it's just a different suite.
Yeah, that was the first time you and Brooke did a show together. It was very awkward.
Oh yeah, you were on vacation.
Super bright white wall behind them.
That was bad.
And then once again, as it usually is, I fix it up, I make it look pretty, and then Gary's like, we gotta move. Even though this time I was like, we gotta move. And now we're in here, DNHQ, I guess officially 3, 4, whatever, but we still have a lot of ideas we want to do in here, maybe into another office in the future. If you guys have ideas, let us know in the comments below. But first, we wanted to thank you before we really jump into the office tour, but I guess it's time to jump into the office tour.
Let's go.
Alright, so this is the inside, this is the inner workings of the office here. This is where Brooke and I, and occasionally Gary, when he decides to show up, we'll see the show happening. We'll see some comments down here. We're powered on an Alienware gaming PC, much to the chagrin of Gary. He can't Fortnite anymore, but we do have that down here. Gonna get a bigger TV at some point, so if you guys have one, send it our way. Looking at some of the other stuff we have around here, I want to shout out Danny, Art by Words. We'll put that down somewhere. Sent us this awesome Julio print. And then up here we just have a bunch of different giveaways, things that we've collected along the way ourselves. Foco, big shout out to Foco. They sent us some nice, really nice things along the way. Stadium giveaways, 76 Gas is giving us stuff. Printed that guy, a few guys here. Tommy Lasorda Wine, rest in peace, Tommy. You gotta have your World Championship Coca-Cola. Also, you gotta frame Dodgers winning a World Series. I mean, you look at it, you admire it. We have a lot of stuff up here that we've collected and accrued over the years. And if you guys want to send us more, we got a P.O. box. We are happy to show off your wares. And finally, on this side of the office, this is the guest spot. This is where you'll usually see, Gary a lot of the times. Tim Neverett sat here. Our friend Allie has got a new headset. Also, the Doug. This is the Doug special. So people can't talk out of the microphone, but...
Alright, this is my part of the video, so here we go. This is the rest of the office outside of the studio, probably you've never seen, but this is the lobby. You walk in, you can hang out. There's a lot of movie posters here, so you can guess who our co-workers are, or co-roommates, or something. So come on, follow me. I'll show you the rest of the office. This would be the hallway. So come on through. This over here would be someone's office. This blacked out room used to be DNHQ 2.5.
Shout out the blue wall.
But because of that wall over there, we had too much sidewalk noise, and then we had to move over inside a little bit. So over here, that's another office. Over here is the kitchen. This is where we hold all of our beer. And that is our storage. So we need more.
Shout out Fig Mountain.
Thank you. And then here's the bathroom. Somebody might be in it. But that's the office outside of the office tour, outside of the studio. let's get back to the real stuff.
So we're back in. This is mine and Brooke's side of the office. We got our little kind of hidden hat wall in a way. Friends, a lot of people sent us hats. We got some things from Adrian Gonzalez, Justin Turner, our friends over at West Coast Multimedia sent us a hat. Big Swing, shout out, rest in peace, Big Swing. We miss you, Ross and Coop. On this wall, you'll see more Jim Beam stuff because we love Jim Beam. Shout out Jim Beam for sending us booze a couple of years ago. We could use some more, FYI. Autographed baseballs. We got some bats. I made a little cheapy bat rack a few years ago. We got another one we got to hang out. Shout out to our friend Allie, Ball Girl Allie, for making that. Vin Scully in the house. He's here every single show thanks to our Dodgers historian, Mark Langell, a friend of ours. These guys have been a center point of our show for a long time. Shout out Chris Fabregas. This is a print from the 2018 the 18-inning game, Max Muncy walk-off, opening day 2019. This is cool. Don't tell Mrs. FRG this is here, but it's out of the way and it's alive. Flashing over to this guy, JR made this hat. You can follow them, Home Plate Designs or Trey's Woodworking Studio. A lot of people ask about the LA sign. Now you know we can get it, find them on Instagram. But bobbleheads we've collected over the years. Either we paid for them, friends have sent them to us, friends of the show have sent them to us. We found them on the street. A lot of really cool stuff, so they fit in great here in this nice LA bobblehead shelf. A few of the 2020 World Series knockoff championship rings. The rings are knockoff, not the championship. More Jim Beam. This thing lights up. We never light it up because it's bright, makes the scene look really bad. But hey, 2020 poster, shout out Erod. He runs our merch store now. Check it out, gearup.la. More stuff down here, more Lasorda wine, Cody Bellinger wine, charity wine. IKEA, shout out IKEA, send us stuff. IKEA, you know, you can never go wrong with an easy shelf for storage. This guy, this is Alex. He holds all of our important things like forks and knives and batteries, cables. It's a little out of whack right now because Gary probably jumped in here at some point, but I tend to take care of things pretty nicely. Oh, and one last shout out. We got Matt Kemp in the house. There's another shout out to our friend Allie Lacey. She is the one who made us the glove too, by the way. Here it is right here. Working with Soto gloves. You guys can get a glove like this. Got the Dodgers Nation stitching on it, DN84. Hit her up in her DMs at A10Lacey on Instagram. She'll get you set up with a glove, and you can not bring it to the stadium. I don't know. And this is the scene you're probably a little bit more used to. This is where everything happens. The magic happens, as they would say if this was MTV Cribs. I sit here, Brooke sits there. We put our mouth and our noise into some nice Audio-Technica MB3K dynamic mics. I've had these for a very, very long time. It's probably time to upgrade. I'm a big Audio-Technica guy, so guys, we appreciate anything our way. But just upgraded our headphones, some M50X, another Audio-Technica, just beautiful, beautiful sound. All of that is going into my very, very venerable Yamaha soundboard. It's an MG10XU. It's a 10-channel mixing board, mixing console. So you'll hear me, you'll hear Book, you'll hear a guest, you'll hear the sound effects, meh, 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 all that kind of stuff runs through here and goes over the computer, and that's how you guys see us each week, at least on this side of things. Big monster important piece to the magic that happens here is the Elgato Stream Deck. So we didn't talk about it too much over there, but the camera you're watching us on, the camera you guys usually watch us on, is a Sony something or other.
NX80.
It's a Sony NX80. It's a 4K camera, and that goes into an Elgato Pro Cam Link that we get HDMI straight in the computer, and it gives you that crisp video, and all of that is also controlled from our Elgato Stream Deck. We've had this one for a while. It's getting, I wouldn't say worse for wear, but we're kind of outgrowing it. Elgato does have a bigger Stream Deck that we're looking at some point, but for now it still works. It gets the job done. Over here, I'm gonna go back for a second. Just a huge shout out to Elgato. They've helped us out over the years. These lights that are blinding me right now are some Elgato Key Lights. They make a really killer product, and we would not be as pretty if it wasn't for them. soundboard, meh, all that kind of stuff. This is an old Amazon Fire tablet, so there's trade secrets from FRG. But this little external monitor, it's a USB-C monitor. That's where we see your comments. It's right here in between Brooke and I. And Brooke's too blind to see it a lot of the time, but we see the comments, we point, we laugh. We appreciate all the comments and support over the years. Also, just so many cool things here on the desk. Here's our guest camera, which is really awkward for the guest, for the most part. It leaves them in an awkward position. So as Gary always says, suck it in. Clayton Kershaw beer dugout mugs. This is an awesome piece right here. Shout out, huge shout out to Dugout Mugs for sending us these, and some other guys on the back wall. Vince Scully Mike always stays with me, stays with the talent, as we like to say in the business. And other things from friends of the show, as another this little mini glove was sent to us by Ali at west.coasters on Instagram. Sent us that blue heaven on earth sign. It's really cool sign, so check that out on Instagram. And like we've already said a few times, all the links are going to be in the bio, in the description below. You can find these items all around. 3D prints were sent from a friend of the show, Santiago. He was awesome. He sent us a bunch. You probably saw him already around the office. There's a bunch of Blue Heaven and Dodgers, 3D printed signs, which are really cool. Katie sent us this wonderful, friend of the show, Katie sent us this wonderful whiskey barrel that we still haven't put whiskey in. I'm scared to put whiskey in it, but it's awesome. It's really cool. She flame etched it herself and engraved it. So many cool things that have been sent to us over the years. We got the can insulators from Vintage Brand. We got these, our mics mounted on the desk. I don't know what else. I printed this guy right here. Look at that, Blue Heaven. It's a show. You can watch us every Monday, sometimes Thursday. But that's about it. I mean, this is the tech side of things. This is where I run things. This is how we Blue Heaven. This is how we Dodgers Nation. And that wraps up the office tour, at least this version of the office tour. We finally got it done.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Pretty much, I want to just say thank you to everybody, because all this stuff, this whole studio, this whole journey that we've been on for what, almost 4 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. 4 or 5
years. With Clint personally, I've been on this for a little bit longer, but this has been a dream of mine for a very long time, and to actually realize that this would have never happened without Clint's hard work, and Brooke and Doug, Eddie, everybody who's helped contribute to the show, and all the people who have donated stuff. It really means a lot. I don't think you really understand how much it means, because we know that you guys think about us, and we appreciate you joining on the show. I know it was a lot to take in, but if you have any technical questions or any questions about the office or gear, leave it in the comments below. I'm the tech guy. I love buying stuff. This is my excuse to spend money on this kind of stuff.
He really loves buying stuff. It's a blessing and a curse.
Basically, yeah. But it's fun because we get to see the fruits of our labor.
Well, thanks again, guys. Stay tuned for what's coming next. We don't know how much longer we're going to be in here. We're hoping to keep growing and doing other things, but keep tuning in while we're here. Support me, support Gary, support Brooke, support Doug, support the whole Dodgers Nation team. What else can we plug? GearUp.LA. Download the app. Download the app. Yeah. We should have a virtual walkthrough in the app. And once again, one final shout out again to Foco for hooking us up with so much stuff in here. Elgato for making this thing, again, look as beautiful as it does week in, week out. Jim Beam for keeping us loaded for the last couple of years. That's about it, guys. Bye.